So this is the brand new Realme P4. I got this 8GB 128GB variant for approx 16,000 rupees with the card discounts. You can see the quick specifications on the screen for reference. Let's do the unboxing first. First thing we got is a SIM ejector pin and the silicone cover in the small envelope. The case has a frosted back finish and is extremely lightweight and flexible. Then we get our device. Honestly, I'm quite impressed with this metallic finish. Looks like real metal. I'm also taking this 3D design at the bottom, gives it a very mechanical look. Now this MEI sticker was quite a pain to remove. However, after removing it, the back finish looks very attractive with near to no fingerprint marks. Now the camera module is a different story, as it has a large glass base and catches smudges very easily. On top, we get the sticker grill and secondary microphone. At the bottom, there's the SIM card tray, Type-C 2.0 port, primary microphone and the speakers. On the right side, we get the volume rockers and an orange accent power button, which looks and feels nice. Let me power it on and set it aside for now. We get an 80-watt fast charger in the box, which is necessary to charge the phone's massive 7000 mAh battery, along with the Type-A to Type-C cable. The SIM card slot is only for dual nano SIMs and no SD card. Let me put my SIM card in for testing. Now let's start the setup of our brand new Realme P4. Start by selecting a language and region, accept the legal terms, and here you can use your old device to transfer your data either from Android or iPhone. Let's connect it to the Wi-Fi. Make sure to add your Google account at this point. I'm going to skip it for now. Now let's set up the fingerprint scanner. I'll choose the pattern lock and I'll also register my fingerprint. The haptics aren't great, but they are not garbage like other phones at this range. Now on this page, I always deselect the send diagnostic data option, and here you should also add your Realme account, and I will do it later as well. Now on this page, make sure to disable all the unnecessary options or disable the auto update to avoid any issues like green line. Also disable the grand screen, global search, app market and etc. But I will keep the option related to AI enhancement and smart device recognition services as they are quite helpful. Finally, let's select the gesture control and enter the Realme UI 6.0. Now right after entering, there is an app market notification, and also swiping down opens the global search, so let's fix all that quickly. Tap and hold, then go to more settings, select swipe down to open quick settings instead. I'll also enable the double tap to on and off option. Now we can swipe down, then swipe right for notifications, and then long press on the app market notification. Select turn off to disable all notifications. Make sure to do this for any annoying notifications you receive. Now while scrolling through the app drawer, I've noticed some bloatware apps, but it's not as bad as the iQOO. Tap and hold on the app and select uninstall. I'll do this for a couple of more apps, which I find unnecessary. However, for some apps, you need to go to the app info and then uninstall from that. The uninstalling dialog box here looks quite weird. Anyways, let's head to the settings for the rest of our first time setup. Let's start with wallpaper and style option. Like OxygenOS and ColorOS, we have the Flux theme here. I already did some customizations and I'll show you here. If you have a wallpaper with clear subject, then we get these options to change the depth, effects, shape, color and add blur. For home screen, you can keep the same lock screen wallpaper or choose another one and add blur to make the icons more legible. Same goes for the always on display. It automatically matches with the lock screen and the result is pretty impressive. Next thing to customize are the icons. I like to keep the icon shapes as rounded as possible. You can even download and select custom icons if you want. Also, we have the adaptive icon color, which is still in beta even after years. Nothing has already aged this area. You can see that even some of Realme's own first-party icons are not adaptive, which is disappointing. You can keep the default colors if that bothers you. Now for the home screen customizations, we can create and resize the super folders, add various widgets. I do like the default clock and weather widget collections here. I've also changed the quick settings from split to classic. Good thing they have still that option here. Now we get a lot of additional quick toggles, and you should go through and add some, like this OTG one, which is pretty handy. There's also this anti-thief alarm system, which can be extremely helpful while traveling. The phone will start ringing if someone tries to remove the charging cable, headphone or SIM card while it's on the lock screen. To disable the alarm, you'll need to put in your fingerprint. Coming to the display settings, I've set the color mode to DCI-P3 for more color accuracy. However, vivid mode is also quite nice for just multimedia usage. You can change the color temperature from here, or alternatively use the adaptive tone option to do it automatically. Now we get these Ultra Vision engine options thanks to the dedicated Hypervision AI chipset. You can enable these options from here or while viewing content in supported apps and games. Once activated, it automatically changes the colors, sound and clarity for best viewing experience. And it actually looks pretty good in person. It adds artificial frame sharpness using MENC to make the video even smoother and clearer. However, these features do require extra battery usage. I also like to keep the screen timeout to at least 10 minutes. Also, if you want the maximum refresh rate, choose the high mode, as the adaptive one sometimes switches to 60 Hz in some apps, while high option keeps it at the minimum 90 Hz. 144 Hz only applies during some games with the Hypervision feature. For sound, the phone lacks Dolby Atmos. However, for headphones, we get these presets and it even supports spatial audio, so that's good. Also, don't forget to enable the app lock from the security settings. We have to create a privacy password first, and that password is used for app lock, the hide apps and also for private safe. Now we can just add our apps in the app lock and it performs as expected. Good thing is that even the recent preview is also hidden. Now to extend our battery's health, make sure to enable either the smart charging or what I like to use, the charging limit. I keep it at 90%, which still gives me more than 6000 mAh battery capacity. Now a hidden settings that I like to enable is inside this accessibility feature under the gestures and motion. It's called Shake to Launch and it's similar to Moto Action's double job. It turns on the flashlight or camera as your preference and is actually quite handy. Now going to the About Phone section, you can see the various information, and under the RAM option, there is extended RAM which is enabled by default. I have the 8GB version here, so I'm going to disable it for now. If you have the 6GB version, it should be actually helpful. And this is how the included cover fits. It's very lightweight even with the cover, around 208 grams, and provides a solid grip. Also has a charging port cover. So that was all for this unboxing and first things to do video. There will be more videos for Realme P4 coming soon. Leave your questions in the comments and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.